Hello, you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're having a wonderful evening wherever you are in the world. I want to talk to you about being a witch. I am a white witch, a good witch. I don't usually tell people that I'm a witch because I usually deal with things like that in private, rather than going swanning off and telling the world I'm a witch. But the more I see communities saying they're a witch and witches' covens turning up, it's given me a bit of confidence to be able to say, yes, I am a witch. I'm a witch now. I've always been a witch, even in my previous life. And I've still got work to do here for many, many years to come. Now, being a witch and catching spells comes with its consequences. You can't use spells for personal gain. If you do, lands up being a consequence. Every spell that is cast comes with consequences, whether it's bad or good. You should never use spells on yourself. The other thing is, I've always been dyslexic, so I've always had issues with spelling, reading, that sort of thing. I've always had it. But we all speak a universal language, which is cool. And this universal language is called energy, frequency, sound. And it depends on what type of frequency you are on is the type that you're speaking. Now, if you're in 6 feet to 3 inches together, your body is actually speaking, your body is actually communicating with one another without you even knowing about it. Have you ever heard of actions speak louder than words? Well, this is because your body, your energy, that's your soul, can actually communicate without you talking. Every word that comes out of your mouth is a spell. You create a sentence that is a spell. Everything we say is a spell, especially if you say with feeling. So it's like words would never hurt me. Well, they kind of do in a way, because whatever we say basically is a spell. I've always had trouble with saying things because I get mumbled jumbled, so I can't communicate well. And this is why I learned that the reason why is because I'm already communicating. It doesn't have to be by talking, it's actually by using our energy. Even trees can, and everything around us is energy, including the animals. I prefer animals over men and women. And back in the olden times, loads of witches, herbalists, were deemed and were, killed due to the gifts they had at the time. Some people today are put in mental asylums because basically they've got a gift and The people don't want them to have the gift, so the only way what to do is lock them up. Everybody has a gift, whether it's bad or good. I am a white witch, and I use my gifts for good. I'm also a clairvoyant. I use my gifts for good. But I don't go shouting about it till now that I'm a white witch. I used to be gothic, and my husband would say to me, "You're a gothic witch." And even though I was dressed gothic at the time, basically I wasn't a gothic witch. I am a light witch, a white worker, a white witch, someone who does good. But back in the olden days, I prefer dresses that they used to do like the 1800s. Now I've got a dress that my husband brought me about 20 years ago, and it's worn out now, but it was one of my favourite dresses, and I felt really comfortable in it, and it just reminded me what I used to wear in my past life. I'll have to show it you one in the next video or something and show you what type of dress it is, but it's so worn out now that basically it's starting to fall to bits because I was constantly wearing it. But the clothes we have today, I don't feel comfortable. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that I got clothes, but I prefer other clothes that are worn back in sort of like the 1800s sort of thing. So basically I prefer communicating using energy, and it's really, really fantastic to do it that way. Actions speak louder than words, or it's because your body knows before your soul does. So basically I know for a fact I've got loads of years to go on this earth, because I'm here to teach, I'm here to learn as well, I'm here to help others as well, to do what I can. I've come out saying I'm a witch now only because I see other communities that are saying they're witches as well, which is good, because I'm a part of that. I always wear a crystal around my neck. This is a clear quartz crystal. Now I'm into crystals in a big way, because we can program crystals in a certain way. Now all crystals also have their own unique energy and how they can basically help. They have their own unique gift of what they're supposed to do, but if in doubt, always go with a clear quartz crystal, because this is the master of all crystals. I use this for protection, healing as well. Now after this is the second crystal, because not only does it heal, but it also can produce love and do a few other things as well. Rose quartz, however, only deals with love. So if you want positivity in your life, it's clear quartz, and for this, rose quartz. Those are the main three that are really good, but the main one is the master of all of them, and this is clear quartz, and this is what I prefer. In fact, this is quite heavy compared to what I'm used to. which is good, because now I've had this for quite a while, but I know that some people say, well, I've lost my crystal. Well, the only thing I can say to you is this: if you have gone and lost your crystal, it means that basically you no longer need it and somebody else needs it more than you. So you can always go and choose another crystal, and whoever finds it is meant to find it. This is the way that I obviously deal with, if I lost my crystal, I think, oh, okay, if I'm due to find it, I'll find it. Otherwise, it's someone else's crystal. Crystals have their own way of showing up to other people if you no longer need them. So bear in mind that energy is very important, because it's a universal language that we speak. All of us, yourself, everybody speaks it, but you just don't know it. The other thing is, watch what you say, because every sentence or every word that you speak is actually casting a spell, but you don't realize it. But I've always had trouble with talking, spelling, reading. This is because I found out this ain't my language. English is not my language. Energy is my language. It always has been. So if you're somebody that prefers to actually energy read, is a lot more powerful. Whatever you think as well is also powerful, because you're submitting your thoughts all the time. So if you're casting negative thoughts, you're going to cast the negative thoughts out, and you're bringing them back to yourself. If you're thinking positive thoughts, yes, if you're thinking positive thoughts, it's going to reflect on the outside, and that's going to reflect back at you. So whatever you say and whatever you think, always be careful, because you're going to land yourself in hot water, and you don't want that. And if you're someone that's always been interested in doing spells and you're not experienced, I suggest you get help from somebody that basically knows what they're doing, because you don't want to land up in hot water. Okay? The other thing is, I like to state as well, is for all those who are trying to contact the other side by going ghost hunting, by contacting other entities, be careful if you don't have everything you need. It's alright having the physical equipment and having the recording machine, but you need to be prepared on the spiritual side, that you're ready, and that you have a spiritual guide with you, okay, like a clairvoyant, a witch like myself, because otherwise you're going to land up in hot water if you're not careful, because you have entities that can pretend to be good. You also have hi son, you also have basically you have ghosts, spirits, souls. Basically they will probably need help going to the other side. Ghosts require something all the time, but also we're not just dealing with ghosts either, or spirits, or bad entities. It could be something else, like you guys would call it an alien. I would call it other beings, because there's other beings that are not of this planet that are just flying by. Some will allow you to see, some doesn't want you to see. So always be careful while going ghost hunting, and you know, especially if you're messing around with the spirit board as well. Okay? Because if you're messing around with the spirit board, now some claim to be good, some claim to be bad, but you're opening up doors you may not be able to close. So always be careful. So basically, you know, I've always been a witch, and always will be, in this life, in the next life, and the next life, and all the other lives that I've got. So as far as I'm concerned, here, I'm here. Alright, son, see you later. Love you too. So has you know, a witch, a good witch, always, you know, a good witch is always careful and wants to help others. Now, I'm going to leave it at that now, because I'm a little bit nervous, still making videos, and I don't want to be rabbiting on, so I'm going to leave it here now, and I will see you in the next videos. But before then, please like, subscribe, ding that bell for notifications, and I will see you very shortly in next videos and updates. Take care, and remember, love and light, and also stay positive. Bye for now.